All right, hello Dexter fans. Welcome to the Norman Zone, the zone where we talk about horror, art, and really anything I find fun. This was so much fun. Getting back into Dexter, seeing him 10 years later. Man, I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as I did, because honestly, I felt like I was right back where I was as a fan 10 years ago. And just on the edge of my seat. I don't know how else to explain it, but there's just a rush when you're watching Dexter. There's, maybe you're like me, but to me, I just get this sense of you're so in the world, and man, I felt like no time had passed. It felt so nice to get back into this show, and in a weird way, when he, the more he's getting back, finding himself, the more you feel like you're invested into it. Does that make sense? I loved what they did with Deb in this episode. It was exactly what I was hoping they were going to do. She's kind of playing as a weird conscience kind of a role. And, you can see, it seems like it almost seemed like he wanted her there. As she's almost a friend. And now he's I feel like he's going to get annoyed with her. A lot like Harry, she's the new Harry. Exactly what I was hoping for. I was even kind of hoping that, and I gotta say, there's gonna be some spoilers in this. If you haven't seen the episode, there's gonna be spoilers. This is more for if you've watched the episode and you just enjoy hearing opinions. And hey, if you've got some of the same opinions, if you got different opinions, share them down below. I loved the fact, it feels eerie. This new environment is a nice change for Dexter. I'm really glad with the location. It gives me kind of a Bates Motel feel, especially when he's just alone talking to Deb. I get that very much Norman Bates talking to his mother at the last season. It's very creepy, it's very disturbing. It comes off more disturbing to me than when he was just talking to Harry. I love the build up until the end. Where he finally does kill someone, and man, when you're there, it sounds so sadistic to say. That's a hard word. Words are hard. It feels so weird to say, but when he is finally getting and building his kill room and everything, you're like, here we go, and you're getting. Just speaking from me, my adrenaline starts going. I'm like, he's back, and I love it. I'll say though, I think the one thing that I'm a little not annoyed with, I'll be optimistic with it, but I just don't understand how Harrison found him. Because to me, it just makes all the other detectives and cops look dumb from the past. Dexter did such a good job of relocating himself with a new name, new identity. It's been 10 years. He's gotten away with being a serial killer, and it's like a 15-year-old boy who finds him. I get that he's related to him. I don't know, maybe he left something for him, but even then, it's I just don't see Dexter leaving any loose ends. And I don't know. I'm like, how would he have? I hope they address it. I hope that he does ask him, because otherwise it's just going to be kind of in the back of my mind. I was kind of hoping that Harry was going. I keep calling him Harrison. I was kind of hoping that he was a figment of his imagination as well, but he's not. I don't believe that that's where they're going with it. It would have been interesting. It would have been interesting if Dexter was seeing multiple people. Because he does. I do get a sense of more crazy from Dexter. I feel like he is having a Dexter that is so suppressed. And even at the end when he looks into the reflection and goes, "Hello, Dexter Morgan," God, that felt good. That felt like, yes, as he is finding himself, we are being introduced to a new Dexter. It feels awesome. I don't know why he would be dating the cop. I had a theory where, okay, well, he's dating the cop because he wants to use the intel, to have one thing, like a finger on the pulse of what's going on, right? But it seems like, and maybe that was kind of his idea, right? It's the whole playing human aspect. Like he brings the donuts to fit in more. If he's dating a cop, he's less suspicious. That totally, I can totally see that. I don't know. To me, it just feels like if you're not planning on killing people, I don't know why. Maybe it was just random. I don't know. It's not necessarily that I have a problem with it. I know it's gonna, obviously her job and everything, it's going to build angst. And it looks like Dexter's already fucking up. He's, by the end, you're seeing he's leaving blood trails, which seems a little messy for Dexter. Somebody who has been doing this since he was like 21. I mean, yeah, he had a 10-year gap, but it's like, dude, clean up your mess at least, So I thought that was a little weird that at the end he didn't even clean up in snow. Like, easiest thing to clean. I'm wondering how messy Dexter's going to be. But he did say he's an evolving monster, so let's hope he's evolving into a cleaner monster, because man, he used to be so on top of things. And I can understand maybe he's just a little rusty. He's got to get back into the groove. But I like the character that they've built as his new identity. I love that they've shown the town. He's very much in it. No one would suspect him. The town looks awesome. God, doesn't the town just look like somewhere you'd want to retire? So I was a little confused at first why, like, I love the beginning where he's hunting, and I was like, oh, okay, so he can't kill. He's taking the shot, but he's aiming up for the shot, but then he's not doing it. And I'm thinking, my guess has been that he's still hunting. He's getting that kind of hunt feel without actually killing. And then, I thought it was kind of a little obvious that, once you have that moment where he's really connecting with it, right there, I was like, this is too fucking beautiful. Like, I can basically count down 3, 2, 1, and yeah, it happens. And I love that it was an animal dying that made him snap. That's interesting to me. It's very different for Dexter. It reminded me of Tony Soprano when his buddy burned his horse, and I mean he even said like the same line. If you remember, he as he's fucking talking to him, he's like, that was a beautiful animal that didn't deserve that. It's always interesting to me when a complete psychopath has sympathy for animals. Like, there's something about animals and kids, and I feel like that's it's a way for for us to connect. It's hard to connect with a psychopath, but as soon as you make them like, yeah, I don't hurt kids, I don't hurt animals, you're like, oh, you're a gentle monster. But so I like it. I always find it like kind of comedic as well. The only thing I think I didn't really care for, honestly, was how easy the friend just blabbed about everything Dexter needed to know for him to be okay with killing this guy. To me, that was just kind of like, for me, I always liked Dexter doing a little detective work, and they'll probably do more. He's gonna have to. But this was the dumb luck that Dexter always gets, right? But this was really, really like, dude, like, you're just telling this to a nobody. Like, you're confessing completely to a nobody. Like, they could have had it where Dexter is overhearing something in the next room, and it would have been a little more believable. Instead, they had this guy just coked out and completely confesses everything. Why? Because his friend is having sex with the girl that he brought to the party. It just doesn't feel organic to me. It's a little like Dexter didn't even have to do anything. It could have been anybody. It could have been a pizza guy who was up there, and I feel like the guy would have just blabbed and confessed everything. So I don't know. It felt a little too Dexter is in the perfect place at the perfect time, which allows him to be okay with doing what he does. Man, but other than that, I don't really, there weren't any complaints that I have of this episode. I really liked everything. I had a lot of fun with this. This is a show I'm really looking forward to. I'm going to be right there watching it as soon as it's on. I feel like this show is, man, this just got me psyched for the day, you know? Again, reminded me of what it felt like to be a Dexter fan, what it feels like to be a Dexter fan, and that's a good feeling. So hey, if you're a Dexter fan, I hope you checked out the episode, especially before watching this or listening to this. Let me know what you thought of the episode. Let me know what you are looking forward to in the next episode. I hope you guys have a great day, and as always, thank you.